Let's see.
They can hear us, right?
Everyone can hear us.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes. The world can
Volume
hear
is
us.
very low to me.
What do you say?
Your volume is very low to me.
Everybody's or just us?
Just yours.
Oh.
Well, we were talking a little softer.
Just a little bit.
All right, so we've kicked it over. So now there's a 4.5 minute timer. We don't have to use the whole timer, but it's up on Facebook right now and on YouTube.
I don't know if it's this way for the rest of you, but all I can see of Jason is his green screen.
Yes. You're not going to see a lot of us, and that's okay.
We can go back and get the highlights.
There is a way to self-hide your own video. I probably should figure it out.
But it's okay because the people on the Facebook and
the Facebooks, yes,
on the State College Live Facebook and Central PA Theater Dance Fest YouTube page are going to have the whole experience.
The whole thing. They get the full experience. So yes, hopefully everybody's enjoying their wonderful Friday so far.
Yeah.
It's a good time. We are going to be talking very soon with a few wonderful people. But we have a long list of people who might show up.
We have a huge list of people who might be here.
Might be here.
But we have the best people already here.
Wow. You're going to say that.
I'm going to say it
You
right
stated
now.
it.
I'm
Wow.
going on the record of saying we have the best people already here.
Best people already arrived.
I hope the mayor's not watching.
That'd be a little awful.
Mayor Filippelli's not here yet. He might be here.
I don't know.
You never know. You don't. You just never know.
That'd be a little awful. Mayor Filippelli's not here yet. He might be. I don't know.
How would I find it?
Because Elaine opened it up. You can see it on her face. She smiled. Elaine opened up the website.
Yeah. And then you could hear I could hear my voice.
I could hear my voice too. I was wondering what it sounded like. I was about to open it myself. Elaine, how did it sound?
It sounded confusing because I could hear you in both places.
But now you can
I did mute YouTube.
You can see it now, though, Elaine, correct? You can see the wonderful stuff that Jason did with the scrolling and the timer.
Yes.
That's all this guy right here.
Well, this is all State College Live stuff.
That is State College Live stuff.
State College Live.
James,
James and Jason doing some craziness with the Central PA Theater and Dance Fest. I got it right that time.
You got it right. It's not goodness. All right.
We came from the Juneteenth celebration.
Yeah, we were just at the Juneteenth celebration, setting some stuff up, doing some filming.
Yep. It's a little warmer outside of this.
It was June 19th in Central Pennsylvania. That's what it was.
Yes, it certainly was. If you're just now joining us here on State College Live or on the PA Central Dance Fest, Theater and Dance Fest. See, I got it wrong that time, James.
Just read it. It's on the screen.
I
Just
know
read
it's
it.
on the screen. I'm just saying. There's a lot of. It's very long.
It is. It is the something like that.
Yes.
It is. Central PA Theater and Dance Fest.
If you're joining us from either location, feel free to share this post, like this post, give us a comment, let us know that you're connecting to us right now so that we can see all the love that you're giving us here on State College Live and Separate.
And also feel free to post in the chat. We can bring your chat up. If you have any questions for any of the guests that we'll have today, feel free to shoot that right in the chat, either on YouTube or on Facebook, either one. And we'll talk about that. We'll answer it. If you're like, what the heck is the Central PA Theater and Dance Fest? Well, you came to the right place.
You did come
to the right place to learn. We're all here to learn. We're all here to learn.
I mean, I actually wish that I learned a little bit more about theater when I was in high school.
Really?
Yeah, we'll get into that in a second. We'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, I wish that I was more involved in that space. All right, everybody, we're going to get things kicked off. Let's go ahead and, you know what? There's 46 seconds left, but you know what? Let's just count it down from 10.
Let's count it down from 10.
Let's count it down from 10.
8.
This is a long
7,
countdown still.
6, 5,
It's still a long
4,
count. Okay.
3,
There's
2,
there's numbers on the screen.
1.
Central PA Theater and Dance. See,
Oh,
that got it right.
Look how cool.
That got it right.
That got it right.
I mean-
All right. Oh, and we're on now?
Oh, hey, everybody.
Should I sit up a little straighter?
You're a little bit straighter.
My wife tells me that when I'm on camera, I need
Yep.
to sit up straighter, so I
Okay.
don't.
Back support.
Yeah, back
It's good for like dancing.
It is. It's good for theater and dance, and it's good for a Central PA Theater and Dance Fest.
That's correct. That's why we're here, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Feel free to comment, like, and let us know how you are all feeling here today. My name is Jason.
And I'm James.
We are here having some fun, and we have some wonderful guests that we'll introduce in a moment. Today, this whole weekend, there's going to be a lot of events at this Central PA Theater and Dance Festival.
You know what I was going to do?
I said it right that time.
You did. Well,
Okay.
actually, technically, it's just the Theater and Dance Fest.
Ah, dang it.
You still messed it up.
All right.
But that's okay. I was going to count all of the events that were going on, and then I didn't get around to doing that.
Because there's a lot.
Because there's a lot, and I'm
Yeah.
hoping that Elaine will be able to help us with that when we bring Elaine on.
Yes.
And so, Elaine, if you don't know that, if you could go and quickly count, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah, go ahead and just tally that up for us.
Because
if you
I'll
don't mind.
just say dozens.
Dozens?
Dozens covers a lot.
Dozens does cover a lot.
Dozens covers a lot. Lots of events. Already some happening this morning. We had the Happy Valley Improv show last night to do. That was part of the festival as well. As a legacy company, we'll talk a little bit about what that means here in a second as well. Jason, you left me. Now I'm by myself on screen? You just leaving me? Oh, did you fix the levels?
Yeah, we need to turn it up a little.
You want to turn me up? You need me to yell more?
No, don't yell.
I'm not yelling anymore.
We have guests in here.
We have lots of guests.
Jeez.
Yes.
All right,
Oh.
let's bring them on.
Oh, look
Let's
at
bring
this.
'em on in. Let's bring them on. Let's bring them on in. Hey, everybody. Oh, you're on screen now, so tidy it up. Tidy it up, everybody. Tidy it up.
Everyone,
Tidy it up.
when you gotta brush that hair. Speaking of hair, look at this.
That is a mane.
I'm getting a lot of hair.
A lot of hair. We have a few folks online. We might get some more along the way. We have Elaine from Webster's here in the building. Thank you, Elaine, for being here. Yes, round of applause.
My pleasure.
And we also have Ed from Happy Valley Adventure Bureau.
Yes, we do. And we have Mr. Mark Higgins,
County Commissioner.
County Commissioner, Mr. Mark Higgins.
Why did Mark get such a full name?
I don't know. Maybe it's just the name, Mark Higgins. I just feel like it's very theatrical by itself.
It is.
But I guess everybody's name is. But Mark Higgins, thank you. Welcome to the stream. We are here, everybody. There's so many wonderful, wonderful events happening this weekend. Go, Elaine. Give us a little bit about yourself, why you're here, and what Theater Fest means to you.
Love to. My name's Elaine Meder-Wilgus. I am the owner of Webster's Bookstore Cafe in downtown State College, but I'm also the co-founder of the Central Pennsylvania Theater and Dance Fest. This is the third year for the festival, and as you can see, we're doing it in a little different format than we have in the past years. I think that your reverence and extension of Mark's title was absolutely worthy. We think of him as the well, I was going to say the grandfather of the festival, but he probably doesn't appreciate that. We'll call him the sort of inspiration. And he
There you go. That's better. I'm not a grandfather yet.
I think we're about the same age, so I won't call you the granddaddy. So we have over 70 events this year virtually. It's a very exciting festival because we've been able to bring people in from all over the country, as we normally do in person here in downtown State College. But this year we're doing it over the magic of the internet, Zoom, and many different other streaming services. And we are eternally grateful to the Happy Valley Adventure Bureau for their belief in the fact that the arts are, in fact, one of the founding pinnacles of making a great community. And that's what we have here in State College, Pennsylvania. So a big shout out to the Happy Valley Adventure Bureau for getting this party started, as it were.
Yes. Thank you so very much, Elaine. By the way, before we introduce everybody else, that was a beautiful introduction to everybody that's here. But I do want to comment. If you're here hanging out with us, we want to see y'all in chat. We don't want you to just sit back behind your screen without typing to us, engaging with the folks. This is a conversation. So if you want to chat with the wonderful people on the screen, make sure you shed some love on the messenger on Facebook.
Yeah, and then we can bring it up onto the screen
Like this.
Like,
go ahead and do it.
like Kim Tierney.
Like, go ahead and try it.
Ooh, magic.
Ooh, magic. See that?
Exactly.
See that? That was pretty fancy.
That's super, super fancy.
Yes.
So go ahead and
Comment.
Okay,
we'll end with Mr. Mark Higgins.
And we haven't talked to Ed yet.
What I'm saying is we're going to go to Ed first
okay.
and then end with
Oh.
Jeez, James.
Oh.
Gosh.
I'm sorry, I can't read your mind, Jason.
Oh, I thought we implanted that.
We've been trying. We've
Yeah.
been trying here in the State College Live studio.
It doesn't work so well.
Nope.
Okay. So, Ed, feel free to tell us what theater, Central PA Theater and Dance Fest means to you and why you're here today.
Well, this is my first Central PA Theater and Dance Fest. I certainly wish that everyone could have attended in person this year. I was really looking forward to the event, and I'm looking forward to the events that are scheduled this year virtually. I watched the video that's on happyvalley.com that we filmed last year at the festival. It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So we'll plan for next year, and we'll plan for hanging together. In 2020, I certainly look forward to starting off my day with the poem of the day, attending the storytelling workshops. Romeo and Juliet, I think, is tonight via Zoom at later this evening. And I'm going to end my day with meditation and song. I've already planned it out.
Oh, wow.
I'm looking forward to the center film presenting the best of the fest on Sunday, 8 o'clock. And that happens after the 80s dance party that I plan to attend with my 12-year-old daughter at 6 o'clock. So, hey, it's a lot of fun. It's a really cool schedule this year.
That is awesome. That's a lot of stuff to do.
That's so much stuff to do. But you know what I didn't hear on there?
What didn't you hear?
I didn't hear attending the 6 p.m. improv workshop
Oh,
hosted by Rich DeLuca from Happy Valley Improv today.
That's surprising.
I heard that's going to be a top-notch improv.
The top-notch improv, indeed. I figure, Ed, you look like a solid improver. I would love to see you there, but seems like he might have mapped out his schedule
already.
Already
Mapped out his schedule. That's all right. That's
no
okay.
room for. Oh, Mr. Mark Higgins is sipping on a beverage.
He is sipping on a beverage. Speaking of someone who's taken an improv workshop with me,
Yes,
Mr. Mark Higgins.
It looks like we also have Roxy who joined us as well. Welcome, Roxy. Everybody. Hi. How you doing? We are going to go to Mr. Mark Higgins
Okay.
first.
Well, thank you very much. As Elaine mentioned, shortly after being elected commissioner, I was working with what is now called the Happy Valley Venture Bureau. We were brainstorming what sort of events we could bring to Center County that would draw in more tourists and improve the quality of life in the area. And I thought of how my mother loved to attend the Shakespeare Festival in Stratford, Canada. And I was also aware of the Shaw Festival, also in Canada, I think Niagara on the Lake. And between those two events, they bring in over 1 million people to those two Canadian towns, especially Stratford, Canada. It's in the middle of nowhere, maybe an hour and a half from Detroit. So I thought, well, why not State College? We have multiple theaters. We have a very vibrant, very active dance, theatrical, and music participants here. And I bet you with a little leadership coming from Elaine and Cynthia, that they could really organize things well. And we can have, I think it was last year, it was 100 events. This year it's 70. And then hopefully next year we'll have just as many and we'll be in person. Last year I did get drafted at the last minute in making balloon animals for the children on Allen Street. And I found out I'm actually not half bad at it. I wasn't just doing dogs. I was doing cats. I was doing dragons. I was doing T-Rexes. I was doing crickets. So hopefully next year I will help and participate with that because I had a heck of a great time.
Mark.
So glad to be here and glad to see that we're now on our 3rd annual and looking forward to the 4th.
Did you say crickets? Like are those how tiny are those balloons?
Some young lady wanted me to make her a cricket out of balloons, and I did the best I could. I think I popped 2 or three of them as I was trying to get those really long back legs going, but I managed to do it.
I can only make a
Wise,
snake.
talented
That's the only
commissioner.
balloon animal I can make.
Just a snake?
Just a snake.
I feel like that's very complicated.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
You should see it.
Wow. But I had no idea out of all the talents that you have, you also can make things out of balloons.
I certainly can now. Cynthia gave me about a 5-minute tutorial, and she had a great balloon making kit. And I did find out the secret is you don't want the balloons to get warm. The
Oh,
warmer the balloons get, the faster they pop.
gotcha.
I feel like it'd be the other way around.
Yeah.
You
I
think, but no.
You'd
no,
think.
You want the balloons to be on the cold side.
Okay.
Because that's science.
I'm not good at
I
science.
thought it becomes more brittle. Like rubber becomes more brittle.
Like,
when it
what if
gets
they're
more cold.
frozen? If they're
Yes.
frozen solid, I don't think that would be good for balloon animals either.
Drop it in dry ice.
No,
It's
no,
not
that
great.
wouldn't, but that does take liquid nitrogen.
Oh,
So
okay.
I've seen those demonstrations where they take a balloon, stick it in liquid nitrogen, and then they will not pop, they will break the balloon.
Yeah.
It will
Yes.
shatter like glass.
So there must be an ideal temperature.
Right.
Not too cold,
Yes.
not too hot.
See, that's the reason why your snake ballooning experiences have been so successful.
They've been so successful because my balloons have been the perfect temperature.
Exactly.
That's why.
That's exactly the situation. We also have Roxy here. Roxy in the building. Tempest Productions here. Roxy, welcome to the stream. We are live here on State College Live and also on Central PA Theater and Dance Festival's Facebook page. Say hello to all the wonderful people. Tell us why you're here and why this festival means a lot to you.
So I am here to promote the festival, Tempest Productions. I am a part of Tempest Productions, and I've been working with them for a long time. But I'm the educational director for the Tempest Productions, and there's so many lovely activities for children happening throughout the weekend. And one of my favorite ones happens to be the Shakespeare Live. 2 years ago, I wasn't even a part of it. I just happened to be there, and it was such a joy to watch the children and their families like read Shakespeare skits, scenes. They were doing juggling with handkerchiefs. I mean, to see the whole family participate, I mean, that's what you want in your community. Not just the outsiders, but you want families coming out and doing stuff together, creating that unit. But yes, we have so much stuff going on this weekend, and I'm really excited.
Awesome. Thank you, Roxy.
We did have a comment in the chat. Kim Tierney would like to see
Do you know her?
I might know her.
Okay.
Would love to see a photo of a balloon animal cricket.
Do you have a balloon animal? Is there any evidence online of this balloon cricket, Mr. Muck Higgins?
I don't know about evidence of the balloon cricket. I think Cynthia did take a couple photos of me while I was making the balloon animals. Unfortunately, obviously, you can't take selfies of yourself while you're making a balloon animal. There's just not enough hands to go.
When you're making a snake, you can actually.
See, that's pretty smooth there, James.
Smooth.
Yeah. All right, everybody. So I want to start with Elaine because I have loaded some things for Elaine. What is your favorite part of PA Theater and Dance Festival? What is your favorite piece of this?
Well, I mean, I just love the way people come together, and it's this sort of spontaneous fun that erupts. But some of my favorite events from last year's was sort of reliving my high school fun at Rocky Horror. That was a delight. We sold kits so that we could keep the State Theater clean. They were real troopers for letting us come in there and throw our styrofoam toast and everything. And it was really magical when all the squirt guns went off and everyone held up the newspaper. It was just great. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
And one of your favorite events that you've been to was Blues is the Root. Talk a little bit about that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Charles Dumas wrote an original piece. It's actually his relative, Willie Dixon, was his great uncle. And he didn't really know he was famous as a kid when Charles was a kid, but he knew he was this great blues artist. Well, he was seminal to the history of blues. So Charles wrote a play called, my brain, you tell me.
Blues is the Root?
Blues is the Root. Yeah, you just said it. Thank you. And it was just so powerful to hear what actually was a primary source of Willie Dixon's life, you know, his relative, Charles Dumas. And really, Charles could just, you know, read the phone book and it would be amazing. But on top of that, it was a really, really powerful play. And it was featured live music. Chris Bell was playing along, playing Willie Dixon. And it was so exciting to be there at the world premiere.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Elaine.
Uh-huh.
What questions do you have for these lovely people, Mr. Tierney?
Oh, I mean, my main question is always going to be why they're not taking the 6 p.m. Happy. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I do want to plug that there have been a lot of local companies that have been with the Theater and Dance Fest from the beginning, and Happy Valley Improv being one of them, but also Adam Swartz Puppets, a lot of the dance theaters, a lot of companies, legacy companies as they're called. That this is the third year, and a lot of us were looking forward to the in-person events and really just keeping the ball rolling. So we're really glad that it was still able to come together, and a lot of people are able to put a lot of their events virtually. So we had our Happy Valley Improv show last night because we've been doing weekly shows at 7:30 every Thursday. So we decided to bundle that with the Central PA Theater and Dance Fest. Our first year that we really had a good time because we brought in a sketch duo from New York City. So our first year with the Theater and Dance Fest was our first full year performing here in State College as it was. And it was the first time that we did what we called Happy Valley Improv After Dark. And we brought in a sketch group from New York City, and we said, hey, we're advertising this as like R+. Like it was 18 over. If you were under 18, you had to have a parent or guardian that signed and said, hey, there's a lot of not great things that are going to be said during this.
Right.
And because, you know, up to that point, improv can get a little dirty, but it's never intentional in that sense. This was the first show where people came out and they're like, oh, we're expecting it. And it actually turned out not to be that dirty because it just didn't happen. But we sold really well. So both years for the Central PA Theater and Dance Fest, we've sold well. We're very lucky with our own fans and our own following that love when we do different things. So a lot of the legacy companies have been able to gather a lot of publicity and everything through the festival.
So James and Elaine both expressed a moment where they've been able to perform, being able to express their creativity. So we're going to go around the horn. I want to hear a little bit more about when all of you have had the opportunity to step on stage, to be a little bit more creative with yourselves. Maybe these are pictures that are long and hidden in a suitcase somewhere underneath the bed. But we want to hear from everybody. Let's start with you, Roxy. Give us a moment where you got to be a theater and dance fest type of person.
Yeah, last year I was given the chance to do my cabaret at Elaine's bookstore, Webster's, and that was fun. I did my whole cabaret on Game of Thrones because I was such a big fan, and I just did the females, and like it was very creative. But I mean, I had Arya singing he had it coming from Chicago, and just listing off the characters. I mean, it was fun. It was terrifying because I wasn't sure if people were going to get it, but you know, that was a fun moment for me.
Awesome. That's very cool.
Ed, what about you? Where have we when have you been able to express yourself creatively? Not necessarily during the festival, just in general.
Yeah.
I actually got to be out this morning taking a lot of pictures. The mountain laurel is just beautiful right now in Happy Valley, and I take photographs, and I was able to go out and do some fun things with depth of field and take some creative pictures this morning. But you know, you keep plugging this improv workshop tonight at 6, and I think I got to be there now.
Ed, quick question: can we see your photographs anywhere? Are they available online anywhere for us to see?
I use my photographs a lot on happyvalley.com and on our blog, dispatch.happyvalley.com. We produce magazines, so social media, certainly. You can see on the Happy Valley Adventure Bureau Facebook, for example, some of my pictures sometimes. So, yeah, I'm around. Thanks a lot for the plug. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We might eventually get to some of those in a moment.
Yeah, we might find some of those
Yeah.
photos coming on up. We will. What about you, Mark? Besides making balloon animals.
Well, I also enjoy helping creative people make things happen. I work a lot, of course, with the Happy Valley Adventure Bureau, but some recent ones, I think it was Pearl Buck up in Phillipsburg came up with an idea for a Phillipsburg Film Festival. It went great, and we're hoping to support her again in the near future. I know James had a pretty cool idea about having some sort of improv convention in State College, and hoping again to work with the Adventure Bureau to make that happen. Also, since the county does a lot of human services, we work with a lot of great groups in the area, including the Jenna Marie Foundation, which has very creative approaches to dealing with mental health issues. So a lot of wonderful, creative people in Center County, and I really enjoy working with them and helping them with the logistics to make things happen.
Nice. Yes, we love working with Jenna Marie Foundation as well. Great local thing. And we do have wonderful plans of hopefully bringing an improv festival here in 2021, which people will hear a lot more about in the next coming months.
That's right. Ed, I don't know which of these photos are going to be yours, but we're going to show some.
Let's show some photos from the Happy Valley Adventure Bureau Facebook page.
Okay, so we went to their Facebook page and we found not Elaine. Elaine's wonderful, but we found some of these photos. I'm not sure which ones are yours, but they're really nice. Shout outs to the folks who might have been on Instagram to help create these as well. I'm hungry now. I don't know what that is, but that looks delicious.
Well, it looks like it's from RJ's Pub.
Oh my god!
In Phillipsburg.
That looks so good.
Yeah.
The Nittany Lion.
The Nittany Lion.
Yeah, there you go. Earth Day 2020. Appreciate that.
Oh, that's Will's. That's when Will put his mural on the Graduates. That's
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will
that's very
Snyder,
cool.
who we've had before as well.
Some of the nature pics, maybe this one's yours, Ed.
It's a
Some of the nature pics are, yeah.
Okay. It looks like
I'm gonna take those photos a lot.
Yeah.
There
nice.
it is. There's the creativity.
See, there's
from Ed.
creativity within everybody, which is why festivals like the Central PA Theater and Dance Fest are important. They're important to support both with your eyes, and
Right.
your ears,
And what else could they support it with?
with their wallets.
Wow.
That is true.
They could support with their. Feel free to contribute.
Yeah,
If you can.
you'll be
Nice segue.
you'll be attending. Hopefully, you're going to attend a few different events, and most of the events are going to be free that you can hop in on, and a lot of them will have some sort of tip jar or a way that you can give back to the artists. So, for example, I don't know if I've said this yet, but there's a 6 p.m.
No, what
Improv.
happens at 6 p.m.? I don't.
improv workshop.
Oh, it's an improv
Which
workshop.
DeLuca.
Yeah.
Which is free to go to. You just
Okay.
you sign up for it, and there's a Facebook event. And it's also on the Central PA Theater and Dance Fest website. You sign up, you'll get a Zoom link, and it's free. But if you want to throw $5 or $10 to the Venmo, we would take it so we can pay for our monthly Spotify accounts and stuff like that we still have to pay for.
That's true. That's true. And that's one of the things. Maybe one of the questions for everybody is, amidst with all this COVID, with all of us having to be socially distant, that's taken a toll on the ability to be creative for some. So if maybe it's related to the festival, maybe it's not. What would you say to someone who has this creative bug, but they're like, you know what, I don't know what to do right now? Let's start with you, Mr. Mark Higgins.
All right, I have to use my improv training right away. Well, we're getting quite a lot done using broad variety of Zoom, GoToMeeting, Blue Jeans, etc. There's days when I'm on 4 different platforms at the same time, and you kind of wonder, how do I raise my hand? How do I unmute? But you can get a lot done remotely. There's also part of the creative process where you're supposed to kind of be the lonely writer up in the top of the house, trying to pound out your novel on an old-fashioned typewriter or whatever. So sometimes just going deep within yourself and finding some creativity inside is a way to do it.
Thanks, Mark. Anybody else? What are your thoughts for maybe the youths out there in the world?
I'd love to hear from Roxy. I know Roxy. You live in New York, and you are gracious and come down to Central Pennsylvania to help us with this festival every year. I'd love you to talk about like what impact this has had on you as an artist.
Yes. So as an artist, there is, and Jason brings it up, like, what do we do to be creative? And it's a good question. I always hated seeing myself on screen. I love theater, doing stuff in person, and I miss the collaboration part. And so I find myself now, I do turn to virtual. I do a lot of drawing. I do a lot of journaling, but I've turned to TikTok a little bit, because they're on TikTok. I can act out scenes with other people I have never met, and we create these little scenes like for a minute. So there is stuff out there. Or one great one is creating your own script, and then just like a letter writing, going back and forth and through email, creating scripts. I mean, the problem is we can't really be together, but maybe we can still connect, virtually.
That reminds me. So Sam Tanner, who we've had on State College Live, part of Happy Valley Improv and also an author. You can buy his books at Webster's. He and his friend from New York have been going live and with a Google document and writing a play together, line by line, kind of like what we did in improv practice.
I gotcha.
But
yeah.
he does that on his Facebook page, and they just make up characters, and it's really, really fun. And then it's over because it's just improvised, and then they just delete the document.
Well, they delete it when they're done.
Sometimes. I mean, you know how like when you make your song, sometimes you're like, we're going to delete that one.
So I never answered any of the questions. So part of the creative side for me that I found recently is I used to love to make music. And I also, one of the things in improv is one of the groups, what's the one musical group?
Off Key.
Off Key. And we would come out and we would do an improv set with a musician, and it would create this music along with what we're performing. And I had one of the founders of Happy Valley Improv keeps telling every single show is like, man, I'd really like to see you in musical theater. I really like to, and I've never thought about doing it before until like I got that appreciation. I got that cosign that like, that's cool. You should keep doing it. And so now I'm engrossed in more of the musical aspect. I mean, my mom was a music teacher, but as a kid, my mom kind of was like, watch this. Not like, hey, come watch it. She was like, you need to understand the sound of music. Just watch it. Mom, I don't want watch it. Learn it. It was an educational experience, not like a fun one. But now I'm beginning to pick it up. So I've begun to appreciate a lot more of the musical and the theater aspect of all of this stuff. So.
And Jason.
Yes.
Is there any way people at the Central PA Theater and Dance Fest could watch you perhaps make some improvisational music?
That's funny that you should bring this up, because at 8 o'clock tonight, I will be improvising a soundtrack to a local author. She's going to be reading some material.
Which local author is this?
Dr. Andre. She works for the university, and she has some kids' books and whatnot. We will be composing a soundtrack on the spot to support the wonderful words that she's speaking at 8 o'clock tonight, by the way, on State College Live.
8 o'clock
8 o'clock tonight.
That sounds like a couple hours after an improv.
Right, Ed, I hope to see you there, sir. I hope to see you there.
I gotta make it. Yeah, sounds great.
But that'll be
gotta do it.
That'll be super, super fun. So.
Absolutely.
All right. Does anybody, any of our guests, do you have anything else you'd like to plug for the Central PA Theater and Dance Fest? The next couple of days, anything you're looking forward to, anything you're like, you gotta be there, or just any parting words for those of the people that are currently watching live and that will probably watch this for the next couple of days through the festival.
Sure.
I just wanted to send out an enormous appreciation, applause, and recognition of Cynthia Mazant, who certainly not single-handedly, but seemingly single-handedly put together this incredible schedule. I can't even begin to fathom the amount of effort and work that she put into bringing these over 70 events together. Really, it's a testament to her just dedication to the arts, to this community, and to the festival. So, Cynthia Mazant, if you're listening, you're amazing.
I would concur with that. Cynthia,
Yes.
round of applause for Cynthia. Round of applause.
Yeah.
Thank you. Snap, 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 clap, 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 clap. Awesome. Any other parting words for everybody for the PA? Dang it! I did it again, James.
So this is how I remember it.
Yes.
Where do we live?
Central
That's how-
PA.
In Central PA.
Yeah.
Right. And what type of fest is it?
It's a theater and dance.
There you go. So it's a Central PA Theater and Dance Fest.
And then is it a fest?
It's just fest.
There it is, y'all. I finally got it right.
Festival was too much. They already had so
Too
much
many-
at the beginning.
right.
Central Pennsylvania
Theater
Theater and Dance.
Fest.
So they're like, where can we cut it?
Evil.
So they just cut the evil.
The evil out.
Yes.
Makes perfect sense. Any parting words for the rest of the crew here? Ed, Mark, Mr. Mark Higgins, and Roxy. Any parting words?
No, just go and participate. And, even if you're shy, just do it. Feel the fear and do it anyway.
Nice.
Yeah, just participate, have fun, and a big shout out to Cynthia and her wonderful husband, Jim.
Jim, I already told you that I love the logo. So I'll give a shout out to the great graphics for the Central PA Theater and Dance Fest. I'm really looking forward to the improv workshop now, and I will be watching the Romeo and Juliet tonight at 7. That sounds really cool. Seeing that via Zoom, just sounds cool and interesting. That 80s dance party at 6 o'clock on Sunday. We're gonna have fun with that too.
You see how he skipped over my performance?
over that
That's
8
okay.
p.m.
It's okay, Ed. I still love you.
Jason Brown. Improvised music.
I
Wow,
know.
I've got 6, 7, and 8 now. I've got to do stuff.
Oh, man. It's so.
Our schedule is filling.
That's right.
It's filling up, but it's good.
So much to do. So much fun. Thank you.
And speaking of Jim, he's going to be doing some poetry right here on State College Live
That's
at
right.
4 p.m. Assuming we can get the studio flipped around in 20 minutes.
Oh, we'll get it flipped
We'll
around.
get it flipped
We'll
around.
get it flipped around. Absolutely. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here today. The Central PA Theater and Dance Fest.
There you go. You got it. But it's Central. It's centralpatheater.com.
Oh, that's true. That's where the schedule is going to be. And as we go on our outro, you will see all those wonderful details scrolling across your screen. But feel free to be a part of anything that you desire. You can be whatever you want to be here in the Theater and Dance Fest. So pick and choose what that thing is.
That's right. Thank you all for joining us, and I'm sure we'll see you around at a couple of the virtual events.
Thank you.
See you, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.
Nice. That was pretty good.
Yeah, can they still hear us on the broadcast?
Of course they can't hear us.
No, of course they
They
can't.
cannot hear us.
No,
They-
so I
they-
can say very bad things.
You can say whatever you like.
don't
now.
trust you.
They can't hear a thing.
I don't trust you.
Why wouldn't you trust me?
Because we've been through this before, and I've said bad things about my wife, and then she's like, I could hear it on the stream.
Yeah.
Never say bad things about your wife.
Oh, was that my?
Yeah,
was that-
there's the takeaway.
Was that my mistake to begin with?
Words to live by.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Let's have a great weekend.
Or die by Ed.
It'll be good. All right.
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you, Roxy. Thank you, Mr. Mark
Thank
Higgins.
you.
And thank you,
Thank you.
Ed. And everybody, enjoy your Central PA Theater and Dance Festival. Fest. Dang it, I was so close.
We have to redo the entire stream now because
All
of
right,
you.
we're going to restart everybody. All right, everybody, have a great
Bye.
time. Night.
You
See ya.
too.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Nice to see everyone.
Bye.